Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 4 of my Alchemy Factory Let's Play series. And today we are looking at making some really good progress. I feel like I spent a lot of time on some small things, and I kind of just want to build things and not really care about it. So I'm just gonna build a bunch of stuff. If it looks weird, it looks weird. But as long as we actually get stuff, I feel like we could get fancy with things later. So without further ado, let's get into it. I built this healing potion contraption, assembler, sorry, last episode. So we're going to get some fabric, I believe. So let's go look at fabric. So it's a linen thread in a assembler. Okay, and then of course linen and healing potion makes the bandages. So we need an assembler and then another assembler, linen thread. Linen thread, I believe, is made in the processor. So if we place this down, I just want to see. Yeah, linen thread. We need the base material, or actually we need this. So we can take these, delete these, and then move them forward one more. Like so. And move this as well. Here. Then we can go ahead, send that in, and then send it here as well. Set my recipe. There we go. So those will split up. And it looks like we have a decent supply, so it should be fine. I also need to keep an eye, so I figured out last time that this cycle does die out, so I'm gonna have to find a solution to this. Maybe just supplement it with some of this. Actually, as a temp solution, I'll just go ahead and do that now. Like so. There we go. And then also open that up. Okay. Yeah, that should be fine. It's gonna give a lot, so I don't really like doing it. But this cycle does close off if I use both of these. If I just use this one, it doesn't. But yeah, you get a lot more out of charcoal. So charcoal is 40p, but just the normal log is like 10, I think. Oh, well, it says 2000. So these are 20p. But yeah, you get a lot out of it. I did the math with the whole log. You do get a decent amount for charcoal. With that said, let me just throw this in here. Okay, let's keep this going now. So now that we've made this, then we get our assembler. And we get some linen thread being made. Or sorry, linen being made. Should just go straight in there. Perfect. And then we're going to take both of these and put them in an assembler. There we go. Alright, and we're back to making bandages. Alright, so let's go to the new tree. Focus on getting some new stuff. Making some progress here. I do need some good money. So let's do this. Let's get just enough. We're going to be broke for a second, but I think we can handle it. We have 3,000. That should be enough for our auto cashier. And that should let us start stacking up some money a lot faster. Alright, so we'll go ahead and place this right here. There we go. And I got an achievement for that. Perfect. And then, of course, you gotta collect from it. I think there's like a max amount this thing can hold. Awesome. There we go. Already worth our money. And then we can take these, which it looks like it's lacking potions. Is that not the output? Let's see what's going on here. Oh, it's because I deleted it. There we go. Okie dokie. Alright, back to what we were doing. So we're gonna move slowly towards this stuff in order to make these vitality potions. So we need to get a kiln. We have just enough for that, and then we'll start working on that. So we need stone and brick. I think that's what that is. Gotta remember. Clay, sorry. Which we need charcoal powder and sand. So while we don't really need the clay right now, I'm just going to do a very simple system like this. Just so that we can get what we need. And then we also need our stone, which is just right here. So we'll crush up some stone, and then we got our charcoal, and we should get what we need from that. And then those two will combine into, see again, an assembler. Okay. And we'll just throw an assembler right here. And that'll make our clay. Pretty simple, I just gotta feed it myself. We'll automate it later. But yeah, this will do for now. Also, I decided to adjust this so that we actually get more coming out. One grinder was just not enough for these. They both need a considerable amount for them to actually produce. So we should be getting a lot more coming out of this now, which it looks like we are. And I can go ahead and put these on the shelf. I know I need them for the missions, but I just need to get a good little stack of money to start. And it looks like all our potions sold, so that's good. With that said, let's go ahead and check out the kiln. Let's go here, advanced crafting, heat consuming speed. So we're gonna need stone furnace, and then let's build ourselves a kiln. Perfect. All right, so what can we do with this? Looks like it won't let me set a recipe quite yet, probably because I don't have anything unlocked for it, and that would be this stuff. So now we have a little bit more money. Oh, it actually doesn't cost much at all to get this. Oh, never mind, there it is. That's how much it sells for. Okay, 1600, and then bricks. Oh, see, yeah, now we're gonna need to automate for bricks, but I might just still insert those manually just so we can get everything unlocked. I'm sure there's going to be better automating processes later, so it's better to just get things unlocked to start. Anyways, there's the glass, so we need sand in the kiln for the glass. So let's select glass, and then we'll go ahead and put the sand in, which we should have a good little collection here. So we'll throw the sand in here. There we go. There we go. Perfect. Okay, so we'll get some glass, and then I'll switch this to the other material here soon, which will be clay, to turn into bricks, which we do have bricks. Okay, so I got a little impatient with these rock crushing and crucibles, so I got a little setup here just for this, and I might just, yeah, honestly, I'm just gonna let that be, but yeah, it just works a lot better to just do it in yourself for a while, just because these are taking forever. I need way better supplies coming out. So once this starts going, so now we have 2 crucibles firing it, as well as the one over there that sometimes does it. So this should do a lot more, and it looks like it is. In fact, now the grinder isn't going to keep up, but if we can get a good backlog, that's what I care about. And this thing will be able to do what it needs to do. And later on we can do some more grinding if we have to. Also, this should be done. So now I can put the sand that I have in here and make some more glass. I made sure to save up a good amount just so we could be able to fire a decent amount. And here we go. So we got a bit of savings. Oh yeah, so I'm working on this bulk order, but it's taking forever and it's going to expire soon, but we get so much if I do it. So 20,000 bronze plus 23,000 bronze is what we get. So yeah, it looks like bandages are going to need a better setup here soon, but this will do just fine for now. And let's go over here and see what we have. So we have a blender, an advanced blender that requires a recipe. It has 1 conveyor belt input. Okay, so the blender makes the potion. And then we also have the extractor, Interesting. And then a conical flask. Yes, we're gonna need all of these. Ooh, we can also make soap. I wonder if that material there will be a byproduct that we can use. But anyways, let's get researching on these and keep waiting for our bandages. Okay, so I may or may not have messed up and missed the bulk order, so that definitely sucks, but it's okay, we'll just keep selling things. With that said, we do have the materials we need for the blender, so let's get this built. So yeah, no recipes yet. We're definitely gonna have to get some more of this. Okay, so vitality potion. There it is. Get that researched, and then we'll get these researched as well. Soap should be able to sell for good, so we'll see what we can do with that. But yeah, we're still just going. I can definitely see the issues with the system that I have right now. What I plan to do is purchase this building here and then slowly work on a design that gives just a lot of base supplies and then create a mall of supplies, that is. So we just got our recipe for the next potion. So we need fruit wine and quicklime powder. So that actually doesn't take much at all, but then we have to put it in a blender. So fruit wine, quicklime powder, that's easy. We can make a lot of this. And then fruit wine needs an extractor. So we are going to need to research this. Okay, so we finally got all the things unlocked that we need. So we have an extractor as well as a conical flask. So let's go ahead and see what we can do here. One conveyor input and one pipeline output. Okay, we're able to make some red wine now. So I believe we have to use piping and a conical flask. So if we put the flask here and then we use our piping, we can connect these two. And now it has some fruit wine. So I should probably just attach it right away instead of using this. Get our blender right here. Yeah, right here. And then we can get our piping. And perfect. There we go. And then of course we're going to have to get an input here, which is going to be our quicklime powder, which I'll just go ahead and manually do that, which I think it just does a little bit at a time. Oh, it's already filled up a decent amount. Okay, nice. And then we just need our powder. There we go. And then once we get enough, which it looks like we're gonna need 3, it should make one. Just takes forever for the grinder. And then I'm not sure how much fruit wine we're gonna need. Or should I say how many red currants to make one. Oh, it's working. There we go, we got one. A vitality potion. Perfect. That sells for a really large amount. We can put that right here. Just like so. And it wants us to make 100 of them for the main quest. Quite a bit. But it makes sense. It's just the wall for or the barrier for the next level. Okay, so the next building costs 6,000, so if we do this alone, so then let's go here, unlock, and there we go. We have a lot more space now. So we can go ahead and get started to build things. Some of these are definitely going to cost a good amount of money, but I am going to be selling what I make here. Let's see, I'm going to get some materials stocked up here. Okay, quick little update for you guys. Everything is pretty much the same over here. I've been trying to keep a few things going, but here's what we have so far. And I'm just kind of laying things out. These are pretty close, but I think that's okay. These I spread out a little bit more, and then of course we're gonna have the plants being made right here. We can spread things out up front, but these right here just take one thing as well as their seeds, so it's not too big of a deal. And then we're gonna have a heating area over here, and this first one is going to be just charcoal. So this is where the wood will come in, and then we'll get all the charcoal put in over here. And then these are going to make all of the stuff we need. And I am going to, these are going to be each for like one material because these take forever. So yeah, the first one is going to be quicklime powder, so we can get that, and then a few others, of course. But yeah, from here we're just going to go into a time lapse to be able to see what I decide to build. All right, so, this is what I have so far, and I do want to actually test things to actually make sure they work. This is gonna need some money from the bank, but I think until we do that, I think we can just go ahead and do this ourselves. With a bit of a little bit of storage here. But we do need more wood. Yeah, this old base is gonna need to get scrapped. I'm realizing after building this, like, yeah, this is gonna be way better, and even this one still needs some work, but it's not too bad. There we go. Put some money in. And then it should make some logs. There we go. Okay, so that's going. And then we need to get logs for these two. These don't really matter. These are for our just parts for building stuff. So I think all we need right now is stone, it looks like. I didn't connect this up to the stone, so let's do this. There we go. Delete these. And then let's go get some stone. I think that's all we need for now. Oh, I am dead broke. Okay. Let's get some money. Now let's get some stone. And see if this works. I think I'm missing a couple of things, but we're going to find out here soon. This just needs to go through. Yeah, everything's good here. Yeah, we're definitely missing something, but I'm not quite sure yet. We're gonna have to watch this work for a while. Okay, so I realized that I messed up with the purchasing thing. I realized that I needed cut wood for this, so here's the final design for these. I think this works pretty well. Be able to get more of these added later, which I'll then have this line probably come through here. Probably be the better choice. But everything's working now, and I do need to get the auto purchase thing. Hopefully I left enough room back here. Not quite sure if I did. I did not, but I think I can put it right here and just get rid of this thing. So if I put it here, because I wanted to buy, well, I guess I'll have another one for those, so it's not that big of a deal. If I have it like this, then I can have them for the wood, and then I can have the other one over here too, so do something like this. And let's move it over one. Really like that spot. It'd be kind of nice if I could just move things. There we go. And then we'll have that going to here, as well as to these, but we're not going to do that quite yet. These aren't as important as this is. And then we'll have our bank probably right here, but we're going to need some more of the magic stones. And here we go. So we got some materials coming in. I just kind of did things myself to get started, because we need sage to make more sage through this plant ash, so I'm just gotta wait a little bit of time. This whole thing just needs some time to get the cycle going. But then yeah, we also have this, so I'm designing it to where I have the base materials being made for storage for quests, but then also being made, of course, for our potions. And I haven't done the whole extracting thing quite yet, but once this cycle gets started and everything gets going, then I will. Alright, now everything is caught up, and it's looking pretty good. Production is looking okay. We have our linen stuff being made, as well as our potions. So, I think we're looking pretty good. This is taking a bit of time. I think we should be... Oh, we need flax fiber for that, not... I was wondering, I was like, we should have potions by now. But I wasn't seeing it. Okay, so this actually just needs to go... Oh, it needs direct flax fiber. Okay, it doesn't even need all of this. So we'll just get rid of that. Just go direct plug-in. Perfect. Okay, and then we'll also have some potions being made. And then I'm going to start working on the extractor here soon, but I did want to get some bricks being made, especially for these quests that are coming in. It seems they are asking for a lot of bricks sometimes. So I think I want to do it right here. So I'm going to bring some of these over. Like so. There we go, and then I'm going to do it again. There we go. So then we want some coal going in, but then some coal needs to get crushed as well. So we'll do this. For bricks, we need charcoal powder and sand. So we need to crush charcoal and we need to crush rocks. Which rocks are right here, or stone. So what we can do is... I'm trying to think how best to do this. I think if we put a grinder right here, and then a processor, no, an assembler right here, then we can grab a grinder and put it right here, and then steal some stone from these guys over here, like so, and then get this to come around like that. That goes in, that goes in. I think, I don't know, this might be incorrect, but we're gonna see. Get clay. Yes. Okay, so then we'll get clay coming out, and then I'm really hoping I gave myself enough space here. Ooh, just barely. And then clay will go in there, and then we're also going to get glass. So this crushed stone... we'll also crush some stone from somewhere else. How far does this go up? I think I could make that work. Nope, never mind. Okay, either way, we'll get crushed stone over here at some point too, and we'll just keep switching this back and forth for glass. We also gotta split it off here. Whoop, never mind. Let's see. Do we have the space for this? I don't think so. This might be an issue. But I think I know the solution. We go up like this. And then we get a little brick. Like so. And then a normal one. There we go. And let's get these out here. And we'll be making some bricks. So I'll just stack up on bricks for now, and then when we need glass, I'll switch it. Or if I just remember to, go ahead and switch it later. There we go. Perfect. Okay, now we can start working on the extractor and getting the red currants being produced. I should go ahead and get those started. Let's turn this back into here and get a line going here. And it really doesn't take a whole lot. It just takes crushed, let's see, crushed quicklime powder. So we need crushed powder, which there already is some over there, and then just the extractor, which doesn't really take much at all. I can make a lot of potions. A lot of potions. Because we're making a bunch of these. think I got this thing mixed up here. I don't like this, the way this is set up. We need to go to the middle here. To each go to the middle. Is that working? No, okay. Just delete this, delete that. Thing. And then we go in. Perfect. That's what I'm looking for. So we're making a bunch of these. And by a bunch, I mean not that many, but it's because we're lacking in stone. It's my fault. I was just trying to get it a start, so I haven't set up the purchasing for that yet. But we can get a couple stones. 1 stone. But we'll be able to make a lot of potions, actually. That should help with our money issues. Just trying to think where we want it. So all we have to do is extract it, and then that's it. It just combines with this. If I could do it over here, I honestly could probably get it done right here, at least in the short term. Just go get that extractor. Yeah, this is all we need. Extractor, and then, of course, the piping and all that. Shit, let's just do this. Correct. And we can use that blueprint later. So red currants will be coming in. Honestly, I think 1 will do just fine for now. Do this. And then we get a bunch of these. Like that. And then we can just drag this on over. Like that. And then where's our supplies here? So we can take this directly like that. There we go. And then we're going to need to crush a lot more of these, but it looks like our rocks are finally coming in. And I could probably crush some more, I just need to get some money. Okay, so it's going to take some time for this to add up and actually make some. But it looks like we are producing some. There it is. And then we'll get some vitality potions, sell them, and be able to make some more. I do need to find a solution for this lack of production. I added another one here, and I'm going to need to get an auto buyer very soon. But I don't really have the money right now to auto buy things. So with all of this stacking up, it should be good. Oh, and I just realized. Okay, what's the holdup here? Ran out. Okay, so let's do this. So it looks like we might be burning more than we can handle, probably because of this. I think once things stack up, it'll be fine. I'll probably cut off this supply, just because it constantly uses it, so it doesn't really need to be doing that. But we probably have a good amount already. Let's see. Nope, don't have any. Okay. Let's see why that is, because we didn't select a recipe. Well, that makes sense. But yeah, it is a bit concerning with how much charcoal we're using now, so we're gonna have to keep a close eye on that. Alright. Yeah, we should have some... Oh, there it is, another vitality potion. Perfect. Alright, well, it seems like the holdup right now is mainly the quicklime powder. doesn't seem to be providing fast enough, and even if it was, I would prefer to get another one of the processors. So all we're going to do now that we have this blueprintable design is simply go here and just copy the entire thing, which I should have enough space for, but we'll see. So I'm just going to copy all of this, all of that, like so. Really glad that we have blueprints in this. It makes everything so convenient. There we go. So if I do that, then in theory, I should be able to put it right here. So yeah, this whole supply thing, I think I can get away with putting it over here. I don't really like that I'm bringing it in on the side here. I think it's a lot of extra work to move that over though, so let's just place the blueprint. Do it right here. I think that's the move. And then all we have to do to expand this is just simply bring it over. And then of course I gotta bring this over, but no biggie. Just gotta do a little jumping here. Like so. And then bring it in. There we go. Okay, so now we can connect this over directly to that one. I think we can do a long jump here. Like that. Perfect. So this will help us get way more production done. Let me connect these so that we could potentially put another one in. It looks like this thing's running for the most part all the time. Yeah, 10, 11, 10, 11. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna get another processor right here. Okay, let's see what our earnings were today. Oh, finally we earned more than we spent. Okay, let's get that placed. And then we're gonna have to get this hopped over to here as well. Trying to think the best way to do this is. Let's split it off and then hop it over. That's not gonna work. Actually, it will work. Do that. And that. Then that. There we go. So yeah, 2 is going to be our max for this location. That's okay. Split this off here. There we go. Have this make fertilizer as well. And that said basic fertilizer, so I assume there's going to be better fertilizer later. But that way we can get some more production on these red currants, because right now it's very slow. Although it looks like we have enough fertilizer. So maybe this is plenty. Yeah, this thing is full of it. I think maybe what I need more is nurseries instead of fertilizer. But either way, now we'll have double, and then we can get some more nurseries as well. Which is going to be a little tricky. These things take up a lot of space. but won't be too big a deal if I can get this for 8,000. Just need to save up a bit more. Look at that, 9 vitality potions. So I'm gonna get that random quest done for 30 vitality potions. Which expires today, so never mind. Dang, that sucks. That would have been a good payout. But I think we can get this done. Iron ingot, glass. I have glass being automated right now. Although I don't have this being powered. How are we doing on glass? Okay, we have 3. Yeah, we'll see. Alright, so I believe that that is probably going to do it for today. This has been a really good day for progression, and tomorrow I plan on doing a lot more. We are going to be buying this store right here, or plot, should I say, and expanding a lot more. Also, now that everything is running well, I'm probably going to delete all this and expand out this way as well, which is probably what we'll do first. But yeah, we made some really good progress. Definitely going to increase the output for this so we can get our vitality potions up. But yeah, if you guys liked the video, then please hit that like button. And if you guys want to see more videos like this, then please hit that subscribe button. Other than that, I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll see you guys in the next video.